All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Protoss, Zerg, and Terran to
and randoms.
Code A and randoms.
We don't discriminate against randoms. What's wrong with you?
Randoms are just different things at different times. I wasn't excluding them. I was including them at all different times. Welcome back, whoever you are, whatever you are, whenever you are, to the Code A semifinals. We're in the middle of an awesome series between Leenock and MarineKing. Leenock losing the first game to a little bit of a rush and then another rush, and Leenock holding off the rush and then counter-rushing himself in the second game. Let's see who's going to take the 2-1 lead in the next game. I'm like rocking out here to the intro music. Here is our Zerg player. Playing very high level this entire tournament thus far. Let's see if we can bring it home here.
FXO Leenock.
FXO Leenock trying to take a 2-1 lead in this series so we can advance to the finals. And here is his opponent. He is blue and he will be blue if he loses this game. He is
MarineKing Prime Wii.
MarineKing Prime. MarineKing of the Prime clan, associated with Wii World Elite.
Yep.
MarineKing, who was thinking about naming himself Optimus Prime when he changed his name to MarineKing. And so they're like, oh, well, the first person on Prime to win a tournament is going to be named Optimus.
And
like,
then MarineKing was like, well, that's never going to happen to me. I always get
MarineKing's
second.
like, all right, I'm going to win then. And then, like, Holt wins, and he's like, oh, sorry, man, I'm going to, like, take your name now.
Well, you know, you guys should watch the documentary. There's a little bit of a documentary on MarineKing somewhere on the GOMTV.net site.
Oh.
It's a pretty cool little documentary. It just talks about his life, and you know, it's a little bit older. It's about a month and a half to 2 months old, but it's really cool. Definitely recommend checking that out. So you can find more about MarineKing's life.
Look at that, Leenock, he sent his Overlord in, it spotted the racks, and then went away before being seen by the racks, so he knows where MarineKing is, he knows there's a barracks there, and I don't think MarineKing knows where Leenock's coming from just yet. And he's actually going to even drone scout.
Just wants to be absolutely sure.
Absolutely sure. Make sure that barracks didn't get canceled as a trick.
Well, he's just checking around to see if there's a barracks on the low ground that got planted or what's going on. He wants to see if there's a command center he can find. There's nothing like that to find, although it is going to be a one barracks expand from MarineKing.
Yeah, MarineKing, I mean, he actually lost a game on this map, I think, or he almost lost it. Yeah, I think he lost it because he actually, like, expanded really quickly like he just did, and then just for some reason didn't see the rush coming and was like, oh, actually, even though there's a rush coming, I'm just not going to move up my ramp. I'm just
I remember that game. That was really weird.
Who was that against? Was that, I don't remember, was that Yu-Gi-Oh? Or, I don't remember. I just remember the circumstances where I was like, why didn't he just run and hide? But he is going to try and expand to his natural. A little bit risky, but, you know, when Leenock scouts this, I have a feeling he's probably just going to get a third base.
Well, the riskiest thing about what MarineKing is doing is he hasn't scouted yet at all.
Oh, yeah, true.
So he doesn't know what he's up against, but again, he can predict that most likely Leenock is, well, what I wouldn't predict is that Leenock is making a Roachborn right now. But
I think that's not a prediction. That's an observation, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't have predicted that, man. I just observed that, though.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you're...
No, I was like, well, what I wouldn't have predicted was that he's... Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. No, I wouldn't have either.
Yeah, he wants to get aggressive here, and MarineKing has actually not made a bunker.
And, you know, did he...
He hasn't scouted at all.
Has Leenock, did he spot that command center?
Yeah, he saw it with an Overlord.
Okay, so yeah, I think that's why he decided to do that. And, again, though, you know, Leenock's style would be to play macro, and he caught MarineKing last game off guard.
Oh, man. Sorry.
No, what's that?
There's a Zergling that has 1 hit point left, and as he was chasing it, then decided not to for some reason, didn't kill it. I thought it was on camera, but it wasn't. I'm sorry.
Oh, is the SCV going to die? No, the Zergling dies.
See, that Zergling right there that had 7 hit points now had 1 hit point before.
Wow.
They should make a movie about that Zergling. It's going to be called The Lucky Zergling.
They should make a children's book about that Zergling, man.
Yeah. And they like teaches you words or like teaches you how to spell. It's like
Lucky the Zergling went out for a walk one day, and MarineKing got combat shields.
Yeah, he did. And these roaches, there's 6 of them right now. They are going to do an intense amount of damage because MarineKing just hasn't made a bunker. He doesn't know what's up.
And, I mean...
He didn't take the watchtower. He could have taken the watchtower, but he was like, well, I don't really want to. And now he doesn't know this is coming. I don't understand. He's going to, like, this SCP's like, can I make this? And the roaches are like, no, you can't make that.
Is he going to run? No, he's going to fight.
He's like,
Why
not even going to cancel it. Okay, there he goes.
Okay, well, he does have a lot of Marines, actually. If he brings those SCVs in, he might be able to do some damage. He's got a Marauder as well. He's going to be able to take out some roaches very quickly. If he target fires, he doesn't do the best target firing, but he's just got too many forces and overwhelms those roaches.
Yeah, well, the timing on those Marauders coming out was pretty important, and the roaches, you know, they came, but it's Terminus. Maybe what MarineKing was thinking was no matter what, he's doing whatever he's going to send at me, I'll be okay with it. That was very scary, though. He just barely had enough. And with roaches, what happens is things spiral out of control very quickly with roach counts. Like I was talking about last game with the Marines and the medevacs. It's like if you have just enough roaches, you just kill everything very easily, but there's this very fine line, and MarineKing just barely was over the fine lines where you could hold it off very easily. And the Marauders really help with that. Plus his Marine count was quite good. Combat shields are done now, though. He's going to move out. He's going to be very aggressive. And I think it's a good choice given that his opponent invests a lot into those roaches. Now he's trying to drone up. 14 Zerglings on the way, though, because he knows it's coming.
And yeah, he definitely knows this is coming. Baneling Nest is almost completed. And Leenock actually got supply blocked by losing an Overlord in the middle there. Zergling's coming in. I don't know if he has enough. Okay, some more coming in from the back, but it's a nice position for MarineKing. Is he barely going to? Yes, he is going to lose all of his Zerglings. And that Spinecrawler may never survive. Nope, not even going to go up ever. 28 Zerglings being produced right now. I think that's enough to take this out, but what damage is going to be done before he fends it off?
He's going to want to back to this corner here and getting a little bit surrounded. Nice little drone drill there. Oh, look at that split. That was pretty cool. And he is going to lose the majority of his force. In fact, he's going to lose all of them, but killed a decent amount of drones. The worker count now is 41 SCVs and 33 drones. And Leenock down just 5 supply. So somewhat of an even exchange there. Making it a little bit better for MarineKing, of course, because he forced all these Zerglings that didn't need to occur. Now he's going to try to use those very same Zerglings to make something out of them, but it's going to be very difficult. That bunker, though, isn't finished. He has to be very careful with how he deals with this.
Yeah, MarineKing can just kind of use that ramp almost like a bunker. He can fall back to the ramp. He can then push out, attack the Zerglings if they go for his SCVs and pull back, etc. So Leenock knows that he's just going to kill those rocks, open up more avenues and other avenue for him to push in there. But here's the thing. MarineKing is actually getting his 3rd base already, and Leenock is still on 2, and that is a lot of Banelings, though. They get spotted by MarineKing. He knows there's a bust incoming.
Yeah, he was about to do a double drop, and he dropped those out of those medevacs very quickly. And now here we go.
It's going to open up the depot. It's the easiest spot to open. The weakest point in the wall. Here come the Banelings. Oh, he's going to kill so many SCVs. If he can get some Marines as well, it's going to be huge.
This could, in fact, end the game, but it looks like this may be held by MarineKing, but he's lost a lot of SCVs in the process. And yeah, it looks like that just didn't quite work out as well as Leenock wanted it to. He killed a ton of SCVs. It's 35 to 35 as far as worker count goes now. And before MarineKing had quite a significant lead, especially given that Leenock just was not making any drones at that point while he could make all those Zerglings and Banelings. But now MarineKing's got this drop here. He doesn't have a lot to deal with this. He's got like nothing, man.
Yeah, Leenock was sending all of his forces to MarineKing's front. I don't know why, because he saw that drop with those Zerglings. He's going to lose his spawning pool, and he cannot make any more Zerglings right now other than the ones he has. He can make roaches still.
Yeah, but how effective a roach is going to be?
There's the GG.
MarineKing pulls ahead.
Wow. So MarineKing playing a little bit risky, but it pulls it off, man.
I gotta say, I was really impressed with his knowledge of those timings. I gotta say, I'm starting to think maybe when I was like, well, he really needs to make a bunker just in case. Maybe he just knew. Like, I practiced this so many times that I know that if he sends the roaches, I'll be fine. If he sends Banelings like a micro, he had concussive shells, so I mean, he had some Marauders. Probably been okay if there was some type of Baneling all in. He had no information about what Leenock was doing. He played a build that he'd practiced so much that was so safe that no matter what, it was fine. He knew what position his opponent was at. He knew he wasn't at cross visions because of the Overlord pattern, because of the drone timing. He's like, I know where you are, I just don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So he knew those timings pretty well. I got to say, I'm
Interesting.
impressed.
Yeah, definitely impressive play there, and holding things off very well. I find it really interesting that Leenock has been doing so well with his style of, playing the tug of war game of of pressure and econ. And the last 2 games, he's just decided not to. Well, actually, all 3 games. Instead of trying to play a macro style, he's been being more aggressive. And I don't know if it's trying to fake MarineKing out because it's opposed to his normal style or whatever. But it hasn't really been working for him. I think in Game 4, he might want to just go back to what works for him. Although it is going to be on Daybreak, I believe.
Yeah, a giant map. It's one of our new maps. It's pretty big. There is a destructible rock in the middle. It's actually destructible debris. Don't be confused. It's actually a chunk of debris in the middle of the map. It's like
there's
nicely
no rocks
melted
in that debris.
together. It's nicely melted together into this nice little pattern. It has 2,000 hit points. The person who created it actually made sure that it was still destructible. Like, it only has 3 armor.
Yeah.
It can still be destroyed. It's not regular debris where it's like, oh, I don't know if I can really break this. This is a chunk of destructible debris in the middle of the map. You can break that though. It is destructible. You can go through there, and then it's not as long of a rush distance as it was before.
True. I wonder what destructible debris is made out of, because you figure according to the lore, it's got to be something that just settled there. Was that where a settlement was, and there was a space earthquake that knocked all the buildings down, and so now there's debris instead? Or is that where asteroids burned up in the atmosphere?
Okay, there's this creator named Wind Park Prime, and he actually there was no crazy settlement or anything like that. There was actually this thing called the Starcraft map editor, and there was this the selector, and he selected the destructible debris, and he placed it in the center of the map. That's how it came to be. That's actually the true story. I'm not lying to you guys. That's how it was made. It wasn't an old colony or anything like that, Mole Trap. I know that kind of makes sense, but
sure. And the next thing you're going to tell me that Ranger's just a character, and he's not a real hero. He is a real hero, man.
Well, his character is that of a hero, yes. He's also a hero class character.
Shattering my brain right here. So confused. My world has been turned upside down. Let's find out if Leenock's world will be turned upside down in Game 4.